if you're an advanced player, you just hit Kyber for the first time and you actually want to know how to stay there, stay tuned, because for both these lessons, I'll teach you. Before we get started, I want to quickly introduce myself. I'm Insidious. You can call me David. That's my real name. It don't matter. I've gone by quite a few different names in the past in the Swogo community. You may or may not know. That's okay. But as of today, as of this video right now, you can call me Insidious. Insidious RE, Insidious, anything like that. I've been playing the game since 2015. I started in 2015 in November. Honestly, where I'm at in the game, yes, I'm an end game player. Almost 11 million GP. I should be 11 million GP already because I did take a little bit of time off from the game, but obviously, you know, back here we're continuing the grind and stuff like that. So yeah, this is my main account. I'm gonna just go you know, do a little skim of my main account. I recently just unlocked Jabba, my 7th GL, last week. I was actually able to not only start Jabba's event, I was actually able to unlock him the same day. I got the final requirement. I unlocked him in the same day. Got all 330 shards for him. So that was really nice. All of that on the same day. I got him to R8 and we're close to getting him to R9. I just need 21 more of the blue signal data material, and I need 11 more arrow magnifiers. You just made it to Kyber 5 or Kyber 4, basically introductory to Kyber. You really want to invest in Datacrons. Datacrons is really where you'll start to see them a lot more in Kyber, especially in the deeper end of Kyber, in Kyber 2 and in Kyber 1. You're really going to want to invest in Datacrons. Now, the Datacrons that you want to be working with, especially during this season, this next 3v3 season, the Datacrons that you want to work with is the Datacrons that will allow you to actually progress further in Kyber. And what I mean by that is you want to have Datacrons that match your roster. So for example, you know, I have the Darth Nihilius Cron. I used this cron in 5v5, right? So let's go to my defense. So my bottom wall, my south wall in 5v5. This is what I'm talking about. You want to have Datacrons that match your roster. So I have the Nihilius Cron here, and I have a full Relic 7 Treya team. And I have all Omnicrons, all of the Zetas, everything that you could really think of. This is a very advanced Treya team, and it has gotten me holds, definitely has. The reason why I'm suggesting that you want to have Datacrons that match your roster is because, let's say if you have, let's say if you get a Datacron for a character that you don't even have built up, you know, the Datacron is not even going to be really useful. Maybe the level 3 and the level 6 could be useful, but you know, you're missing that level 9, and you want to make sure that you have like a character that can actually benefit from the Datacron. So here's another example. If I go on my top wall, I have, you know, the Padme Cron. I had it with JMK on defense. I had the Visas Cron with Rey on defense. So that's what I'm really talking about when it comes to Datacrons. You want to make sure that the Datacrons really match your teams, because especially when you read the Datacrons, what their mechanics are, the level 3, level 6, and level 9, and especially the secondary stat boosts that the Datacron offers. So for example, for my Visas Cron, I put it on Rey because I obviously know, yes, Visas is an UFU. She's an unaligned force user. She's a light side UFU that would go well with Starkiller, but in this instance I used her with Rey to boost Rey's team even more. So my Rey team would be consisting of Rey, Visas, Ben, Barris, and JTR. And you can see how this whole team benefits from this Datacron. Everyone on the team will benefit, especially from the level 3, from the secondary stats. So level 6 works with Barris and Visas because they know the healers. If you read this level 6, and then the level 9, you know, obviously applies to Visas alone. So same thing with Padmecron. You know, everybody is benefiting from this Datacron. You know, the secondary stats, the level 3, level 6, and level 9. My Zori team. This is one of my favorite teams to actually place on defense because this Datacron this season. With the level 3, I love the level 3 on the inflicting the max damage on the max health. I love the attacking out of turn, the bonus turns, especially how Zori teams work. You know, Zori really lifts resistance, especially with her Omnicron. You really don't need the Omnicron on Zori, but if you do apply the Omnicron, it really helps out a lot. But my Zori team, I have the Zori Omnicron and the Rose Tico Omnicron. If I didn't have the Omni on Rose Tico, I would have probably had Holdo or maybe OG Poe Dameron for the extra taunt on this team. But yeah, it really differs on what Datacron you have, what you're using it for, and if you use how your defensive teams are to match those Datacrons. Let's say for another example, for Gas, my Gas team, right? Even though this Datacron set is ending tomorrow, this Grand Arena 5v5, you know, I thought, okay, I have the level 6, I have the bulky Cron, give the extra max health and protection, and the reduced damage on the level 6 for Gas because it's all Galactic Republic and whatnot. So yeah, it's just basically Datacrons are a really important step to knowing and how to factor into it and your defenses and especially your offensive teams as well when you're being introduced to Kyber. So let me show you I want to show my entire defense, right? So this is my defense. I recently had Malicos here on the south wall with Malgus, my Night Sisters, and Treya, but I switched out Malicos for offense because I needed something else to, you know, kill Ray with instead of just using Star Killer, because yes, Star Killer was the original counter for Ray back then, but now it's not really so consistent, especially if you're going up against a Ray that has JTR, because you know JTR with the dodges and stuff, that could be really annoying. So my top wall here I'll show again. I had JMK, Ray, Zori, and Gas. And my back wall was a little unique in some ways. I had my Qui-Gon team with Anakin, Cam. I had a Galactic Republic Datacron with that team, and then I had my Dash team. This got in like 1 or 2 holes in the previous time that it's been shining back there. I had the Vandor Chewie Datacron to match this team, and I also had the double Akbar Omni team with Princess Leia Omni. The reason why I did this is because, yet again, what I'm talking about, matching Datacrons with teams, it really benefits and helps you out. Here in the secondary stats, I made sure I wanted to have enough defense because of Cara Dune and her taunt, and then with especially having Captain Han Solo for the revives and whatnot. So yeah, basically Datacrons, when you're being introduced to Kyber, Datacrons is definitely the way to go, because I notice some people, when they have Datacrons, they prosper more and they can actually climb up the ranks because of Datacrons, even though some people may disagree with that because, oh, Datacrons is, you know, pay to win. Oh, Datacrons this and that. Oh, what if you're fighting a team that doesn't have any Datacrons or anything like that? But unfortunately, that's CG's way of just, you know, implementing that into GAC, into Grand Arena, into Territory War. You know, Datacrons really changed the way the game works and plays in certain aspects, and when it comes to those modes, you know. And yeah, so yeah, I have around like 200 relic characters. I like to invest highly into relics, simply because I know that if I invest more into the relics of characters, that I can get better results and outcomes when I'm facing higher relic level teams in Grand Arena. So that's why I like Darth Bane, for example. Like, why is my Darth Bane R9 when he's okay at like R7? Why is my Malicos at R9 when he's okay at like R5-ish, R5, R7? Why is my Jedi Knight Luke at R9 when he should just be staying there at R7? Because he's a requirement for Java, right? He's a requirement for Java. He's a requirement for JML, I believe. About with the investing in the higher relics. Yeah, you could do whatever you want. I mean, that's personally my opinion. Like, why is my Star Killer R8? R5, okay. R7 really recommended for Star Killer. R8, this is a little too overkill. My Hondo is R8. He should just be okay at R3, R3-ish, R5. Why is my Dr. Aphra at R7 when she could be like R5? Why is my Admiral Trench R7? He should just be R5. Zori, same thing with Zori. If you get a functioning Zori team, R3 is okay. R5 is, best, but why is she R7? Because I love the extra relics, especially when I know when I'm investing in teams that can actually really benefit me in the end and get holds in Grand Arena. That's one of the reasons why I invest in high relics, especially with all my GLs. All my GLs are R9, and I'm going to be getting Jabba to R9 pretty soon. I just need those last two relic materials to get him there to R9. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Investing in high relics. That is an option. That is always a choice. If you're just going for certain requirements, so you're just going to leave the relic levels there, that's perfectly understandable, to each their own. But in my personal opinion, I really, really love the characters more than the fleet and the fleets in this game. And, in some ways it does benefit me, but in some ways it does hurt me because, like I said, my fleets are okay-ish, but they could definitely need some love, some more work. And that's why I'm starting to actually see that now and working on getting profundity then after I finish Java. Investing in the right Datacrons, investing in high relics, and another thing too is mods. Now, when it comes to my mods, yes, my mods they're not the great, they're okay, they get the job done for where I'm at, especially in Kyber 2. So for example, like my Kylo, 575 speed, the crit damage triangle speed and health set. JMK is 562. Let me see, my Leia, nice health on there, 556 speed, 184 plus on that. My Rey, 216 health, speed 545, more than 10,000 damage, right? And JML, my JML could use a little bit more work. He's okay with the speed. 542 is okay. A little bit more protection I could use on him, but I have it balanced out with the health. But yeah, my Jabba, recently I modded him nice, got him to 540 plus speed. I'm trying to get him to at least 545. Health is really good so far, even for R8. Yeah, the damage there is good too on him. And then my C, 200k health, that's what everybody says, recommended for C. You want to have a lot of survivability on him, and then at least 500 plus speed. That's where I'm at with him too. So yeah. And then my non-fastest GL is Cat. She is at 365, plus 175 speed right there, and have some good offense. And yeah, she's sitting at R8. She's been R8 for the longest. I'm not trying to get GL Ahsoka anytime soon because it's too expensive as of right now for me. But yeah, Myra Jade, 340. Boosh Leia, 333. Resistance, Hero Finn, 331. So you really get the understanding of where my account is where my mods are, what I'm really working on, what I'm doing, and stuff like that. So yeah. So this is just basically, you know, a guide on how to really, what I would personally do. You don't have to copy this at all. You can find your own way. Everybody has their own playstyle. Everybody has their own choices. If you want to take the game seriously, and if you want to take high rank Grand Arena seriously, especially getting introduced to Kyber, what I would suggest is really investing in Datacrons. And the way to really start investing in Datacrons is conquests. Farm those Datacrons. Use the like the 2 to 4 refreshes every day on Datacrons on Sector 1. Get those Datacrons. Start working on them. Another thing too is high relics. That's what I had personally. High relics do really get me an advantage on some of my opponents, and knowing what teams to use on offense and what teams to use on defense. So that's really my suggestions when you're being introduced to Kyber and you want to take it seriously and stay there. To wrap up this video, I do stream on Twitch. I may or may not start to stream on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I will definitely see y'all in the next video. Peace.